Hi everybody, my name is Liz. Sorry, I don't know what's going on with my hair there. And I'm the baker that sews. Welcome to my channel if you're new, and welcome back to my channel if you have subscribed already. Thank you so much. I'm really enjoying feeling really connected to the sewing community. It's been really lovely to have so many people like and comment and interact with my videos, so thank you so much. I'm really enjoying vlogging at the moment, which is great. So, sorry, I'm just looking for the first thing that I was going to, they're on the floor. The first thing that I'm going to talk to you about before I talk about this. So this video is going to be a review of the Selkie Patterns Lin jumpsuit, and I'm going to just talk through a few fitting things that I had to do to make it fit. But before that, I just wanted to talk about my previous video where I show you how to make one of these. There's a thread on there, which is a headband for the NHS workers or anyone that needs to wear the PPE protective gear. So it's just elasticated headband with the buttons on either side so that they can hook the mask on. Having spoken to my mum and my sister, they were both finding the masks really difficult to wear and they were really hurting. So I did film a video because there's loads and loads of loads and loads of blogs out there on how to make them, but I found lots of contradicting advice in the different blogs. So not contradicting advice, but doing it lots of different ways. There's lots of different ways to make these basically, and I have found one particular method gives you a really clean finish, and it's really simple for adding the elastic. So I'll link that video if I can work out how to do it. I'll link it up here. But I also made some for myself, and I just thought they're really cute to wear. Yeah, so I've made these. This is made using some So Hayley Jane fabric, and I made the Flint trousers in the end with this beautiful linen. So I thought I'd make a headband to match, and I have been doing that for quite a lot of things that I've made recently. I've been making headbands to match. I quite like doing that. And then I've also been using the Stitch Sisters tutorial on how to make the knotted headbands. And they're really comfortable and they're great. Both headband types are really great because they don't take a huge amount of fabric up. So yeah, it's really great. And I always wear my hair down. It's just about long enough to tie back, but I wear it down, so it's quite nice to keep it off your face, especially you know, I think for when I'm teaching, when I'm back at school. So I'll link that video if you're interested in that. If you haven't subscribed already, it'd be really great if you could subscribe, and then you'll know when my next video comes out. But today it's going to be all about this. Sorry, it's a bit creased. The Selkie Patterns Lin jumpsuit, which comes in 3 variations. So you can do the shorts, you can do the cropped, and you can do the long version. So I opted for version B, which is the cropped. So I've still got the poofy sleeves, I've still got the waist tie, still got the lovely deep pockets. It's just a cropped version. And my measurements, I'll put them down below as well, but my measurements put me in between just outside of I guess for an 8 for my bust. So I'm a 85 centimeters or 33.5-inch bust. Although that depends on what time of month it is. Then I am for my waist. Now my waist, it put me at a 10. But then when I looked at the finished measurements, I knew that would just give me too much ease around that space. So I went for an 8 for my waist. And then my hips, that's my problem area. So my waist is 27-inch or 69.5 centimetres. And then my hips 32-inch or 81 centimetres. And my hips are quite small, they're quite narrow, and I always have issues around that area. So there were lots of different things I had to do with the jumpsuit. It's a really lovely pattern. The instructions are written beautifully. So all of the fitting issues were to do with me and the fact that I don't do a toile. I'm a lazy sewist. I quite like just jumping in and getting on with something straight away, especially if I think that the construction will come together quite straightforward. But anyway, I opted for version B, as I've already said. And I knew that my waist and my hips would be my area that I needed to do some fitting issues, or, you know, work on the fit. So what I did was I constructed the bodice, I constructed the trousers, but I didn't put them together. So I tried the trousers on and they came up like beyond my belly button. So I knew that I would have to take some out of the trousers, the waistband. And the bodice was really long. I didn't realise that. I must have quite a short torso. I didn't realise, but anyway, basically the bodice area, I'm just going to undo the tie. I've got another bit of thread. The bodice came right down here and the trousers came right up here, which is ridiculous. So in the end, I took off, I think I took about 2 inches off of the waist part of the trousers, and I took 2 inches off the bodice, and then I basted them together, tried them on, and I got my lovely husband to pin me in so I could check the fit. And with doing that, so taking 2 inches off the bodice, 2 inches off the waist of the trousers, they fitted a lot better. But I still had an issue, I'll just tie this back up, around this area. So my low back, top of my bottom area, had a massive chunk of fabric that was just bulging out, and it looked awful. I could tell that it didn't fit properly. So what I did is I went away, did some research. I asked lots of people for some advice and things. And in the end, I decided that I needed to do a swayback adjustment. Now, I'm not an expert on swayback adjustments. It's a new thing to me. So I'm not going to go into detail on how I did that. But what I will do is I'll link some blog posts down below that I found really helpful. If I'm learning to do something for the first time, or it's a new technique that I've not done before, I like to go off and research, and I'll read several blogs. I don't tend to stick to one piece of advice. The same like when I made the headbands. I quite like going off and having a look at several different blogs. So I will link below all the blogs that I found really helpful. But a swayback adjustment just takes out that chunk of fabric. So that's what I ended up doing. And I'm really pleased now with how they fit. I don't have that bulge of fabric. Now, I will say with this jumpsuit, there is still ease, there is still a bit of room, but you can sit down comfortably and you're not going to get wedgy. And I do actually find that I have to have a bit of ease here, and I do have to have a bit of space around my tummy area. I have IBS, irritable bowel syndrome, and I find that I bloat most days. And it also depends on what I've had to eat. So I do have to have a bit of space around that area throughout the day. My body shape changes, and just for comfort I needed to have a bit of ease. The other area that I found was huge on me was the legs. I just found, I'm going to stand on a chair, they were like huge, like clown trousers, and I quite like a bit more fitted. I mean, they're still roomy, which is what you want, and the design is to have, if I look at these versions, particularly this one, which I think must have been made in like a, they've sketched it as if it's a sort of drapier fabric. There is still, especially in the shorts actually, there is still space. They are meant to have a bit of space. They're not meant to be skin tight, and I didn't want a skin tight look. But they were huge, absolutely huge. I just looked ridiculous. So I ended up taking 1.5 to 2 inches off of each leg, just on the inside. So I took 1.5 inches of here, and then I took 2 inches off the outside here, and it just gave a bit more of a fit. And I'm really pleased with the finished fit. I feel like it fits really well. I love the fabric. I think it's really gorgeous. Really love this neckline detail. Love the pockets. It's got some really great pockets, really deep pockets, and I love this tie detail. I love the poofy sleeves, and it's got a little button. The button's just for decoration. You don't actually need the button to fasten the sleeve, it's just for decoration, but I just love it. I do really love the jumpsuit, and I'm really pleased that I took time to get the fit right, and I can see myself making more. So what I've done is, on the pattern pieces, I've made adjustments. So with the swayback adjustment, I've made sure that I've marked that on the pattern piece so that when I go back to do it, it should be a bit more straightforward. I will make another one, not for a while. This took me a long time to put together, and the way that I approached it, because I knew that I had lots of fitting to get right, so I put it all together, basted it, tried it on, and I did that over the course of about a week. Each evening, which is when I tend to sew, I went back to it, but I also had other sort of more straightforward projects on the go, just to sort of help me feel like I was getting some success somewhere, because sometimes I think when you've got lots of fitting issues it can be a bit deflating. So I like to make sure that I've got something else on the go that's easy, that I know that I've made before. And that was my my Sotis dress, and I've shared that on Instagram, and I will talk about that in a few weeks when I talk about my makes for this month. But I made a my Sotis dress, and I absolutely love it, using striped fabric from Sew Me Sunshine. It's super bright, but I absolutely love it. So I had that on the go because I know that there's no fitting issues there. I know it's a pattern I've used time and time again, and I know that it's something that will fit. So I had that going, and in the evening before I started work on the Maya Sotis dress, I'd do an hour on fitting this and just really nailing the fit. And I'm really pleased with how it looks. I'll insert a video of me twirling wearing it just here, or maybe I'll do a cutaway so that you can see me twirling and things. But overall, I'm thrilled with the finish. I love the neckline, like I said. It fits really nicely everywhere now. I love the pockets and the tie detail. I don't have that bunching at the back. I'm really pleased with the fit of the trousers. They look really nice as well. So yeah, like I said, I will make more, and the fitting was more my body shape. So yeah, big thumbs up from me for the Selkie Lin jumpsuit. So the lesson I learned from that is, if I am making something where I know that I'm going to have to work on the fit around the waist and the hip area and the bottom area, do a twirl, which is why I'm in the process of making two things. So I'm doing the Alice & Co Intrepid boiler suit, and I got this as part of the In a Haystack pack a few months ago, and I just haven't got around to making it up. So it's this boiler suit. It's quite fitted again around this area. It's got lovely deep pockets. I love a boiler suit. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll see that I absolutely love a boiler suit. So I'm really excited about having a go at making that. And it's got a waistband casing where you can put elasticated waistband in, which I think I'm going to do because that will help cinch in that area. But I think already I'm probably, off the back of doing the Lin jumpsuit, I'm going to have to do a Swayback adjustment. But I know how to do that now, so hopefully that should be okay. But I am twirling it. I'm twirling it in quite bright fabric. I'm going to show you. It's really fun. I think I got this from Sew Over It years ago. Again, it's a fabric I've had in my stash for ages. It's lovely and bright. I absolutely love it. Excuse the horrid nails. I need to repaint them. Yeah, it's really fun. And hopefully it will be a wearable twirl. It's very bright. I'm not sure where I would wear it to. But, yeah, I do like bright. I'm not sure if that's too funky. Let me know below if you think that would be okay to wear out somewhere. I don't know. Maybe not to work, but maybe to like a summer, I don't know. Yeah, anyway, I might just wear it around the house and just be super cool around the house. So that's one. And then the next one is a pattern I've had for ages. It's a free pattern. It's called, I don't know if it's just called Jumpsuit. It's from the Peppermint magazine. It's a very straight up and down pattern. There's no pockets for this one, but I'm going to add pockets because you need pockets. So yeah, it's from the Peppermint magazine, and it's their jumpsuit in the folds. And I got this fabric from a So Haley Jane box. Again, it's really bright. It's lovely. It's like almost like a tie-dye batik effect. I hope I'm explaining that correctly. So I'm using that fabric to twirl, but again, I think I'll probably still just wear this anyway. It's quite fun. Yeah, this reminds me of the sort of fabric that this Becky seamstress would use. Actually, she's always using really cool funky fabrics like this. So yeah, I'm going to be twirling two things, and I'm really looking forward to really getting the fit right, which is great. The other thing I've been working on, thank you for lots of your suggestions on what to use the fabrics that I shared to make things. Somebody suggested paper bag trousers. Now, I haven't been able to find a pattern, but again, I've done lots of research on how to do the paper bag waist for trousers. I had to go. I just used the Sapphire trousers pattern from Tilly and the Buttons, because again, I was looking for a pattern and I couldn't really find the right one, and I thought, well, have a look at what you've got in your stash already, Liz. You don't need to go and buy any more. I've got lots of patterns, and I'm really pleased with the finished result, actually. Paper bag waist. So yeah, really easy to do, and again, I'll link blog posts below for how how to do that, because again, I'm not really an expert. And then the last thing is I've been hacking some patterns that I've got already. So if you follow me on Instagram, you'll know that I love the Tilly and the Buttons indigo dress. And I've had this fabric in my stash for ages. So with the sleeve detail, you can add like a fluted ruffly sleeve here, but I didn't have enough of this beautiful fabric. So instead, I took the ruffle from the Nina Lee Park Lane dress, and I've just inserted it into the sleeve area. And I'm really thrilled with how it looks, actually, on both sides. It's a really cute detail. So yeah, it's not finished, this dress. I need to press it, and yeah. it's not finished, but I do love this fabric. And again, this is something that I had in my stash, so I'm really working hard to use fabric that I've had for ages and ages. So yeah, that's what I'm working on at the moment. I hope that was interesting, finding out all about my Lin jumpsuit. I am really pleased with the finished result, and I'll be back soon with another video. Thanks for watching. Bye.